Oh, hi guys. Hi Devin. Hi Paleo Miner. Hi Charles. Welcome to the stream. Oh, and hi Yo-Yo.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Hey. It's nice. I'm drawing Steg, but when I go, I don't see it on YouTube.
That's
most troubles. Yeah. Well, I'll get it eventually.
Huh.
So, the trip to Portugal, or should we people watching us before we talk about that?
I will quickly share in the social medias, and then we should start, I think.
All right. Yeah. Just feel like that'd be a discussion that should wait till there's more people.
They can go back. If they want to hear it all.
You got to visit Nick today, though.
Yes. I was a refugee in his cave, basically.
Good. Nice.
Because I came back yesterday from Portugal pretty late. Because a plane was delayed by nearly 4 hours, and there was no way that I would reach home by train late at night. But it was still possible to go to Bonn, where Nick studies. So I went that direction, and 3:30 a.m. in the morning I arrived.
Nice.
Yes.
Hello everyone in the chat. I'm actually watching the video now being done. Man, it's nice to hear that in Germany you can just actually get to where you want to get via train, and because we don't have anything like that in America.
Yeah,
except in maybe like the big city.
It's so strange that America was one of the big train builders back in the day, basically. Wild West and stuff like that. Trains everywhere, and then they just stopped, basically.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Hello, Julian. I have ferrets with me, but not raccoons right now. They're at my parents' house.
Oh, hi Julian, hi Jet, hi Acro, hi Juan. Welcome to the stream. Hi Zach! And Unprofessional Professional is also here. I think we can start.
Yep. This is the game. We got 14 watching right now, so that's a pretty good number.
Good number to start.
So I'm just gonna be doing the pop art dinosaur sketches that I have been doing. The illustrations. I'm doing Stegosaurus right now.
Charles, yeah, we have that too here. I think the US has that as well, but basically Germany too. But we also have all these hundreds, thousands of little lines in between all the cities. It's a system that runs not
there's-
perfectly, but it works.
It's better than ours, where if you don't have a, then you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
There's one train in like 100 miles of my, and it just carries coal back and forth. It doesn't. It's not like a transit for people.
Nah. Nice.
It's just the fact that America.
Sorry, I have to help my sister for a moment.
Okay, I'll entertain the audience with my rantings about how America spends its tax budget on like 50%, I think over 50%, just military spending, and that's it. So when Trump mentioned the whole Space Force thing, my only thought was, well, this is the only way that we're going to get any funding towards like space programs and stuff. But yeah, and there is a recently Trump made to where we're spending even more of our tax money. So yeah, over 50% of our tax budget is on military stuff. And people are like, oh, we can't afford Social Security. We can't afford all these social services like public transit and free health care and education and stuff because we're in debt and we'll go bankrupt. But all we really have to do is stop spending so much money on the military. Anyway, there was my political for the stream, for this paleontology related stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
No, I totally agree on that. It's I mean, the US has tons of money. It's just a question how to spend it.
Yeah, and we don't spend it very good.
Yeah, probably.
I am looking forward to moving to a European country. Germany looks very nice. I also was thinking of some place like Sweden or Denmark or Scotland. All of them look like great places. Germany is
nice.
of course preferable because I have a lot of friends in Germany that I can go see. So I won't be completely alone.
Yeah, but Denmark is good too, I can tell you. And because it's the living standards are even a little bit higher in Denmark actually. And it's still near enough to the center of Europe, so you can relatively easily go everywhere.
Noted. I mentioned to my parents the other day that I planned on leaving the US one day, and they didn't seem very thrilled by the idea. And now every time I mention like some place in the United States that I think is pretty, like I saw some clips from a documentary that took place in Montana, which I've been to before, and I was like, Montana is such a beautiful place, and they're like, you could move there. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty set on leaving this place. Besides, I say half my words with the European English accent already. I get made fun of because I say sloth and zebra and zed and either and aluminium.
Shame.
Yeah.
Unprofessional. I think Laganusucus is a great idea. I'm very much in a croc mode right now because it's the final dinner of the EAVP meeting. I was sitting next to a croc expert from Great Britain, and we talked a lot, and yeah, I made lots of sketches, also of rather unpublished stuff that I can't talk about. Yeah, let's do a pancake
Exciting.
crook, I would guess. But first, I have to go already again. Someone needs my assistance. We'll be back in a sec.
Hello guys, it's me again taking over the stream. Except I'm not looking at the chat because I'm looking at my references for the Stegosaurus that I'm doing. What the heck, I'll look at the stream. I'm not gonna be rude. Let's see what's going on. Nothing. Cool. I'm deciding if I should make this Stegosaurus fuzzy or spiny. Or maybe a little bit of both, you know? You know what? Let's do both. Spiny and fuzzy. Let's make everyone upset. Alright, yeah. Julian wants me to talk about coon that we got, which is leucistic. It's not extremely leucistic, not completely tannish, little blind. When we picked it up on a rainy night, and we were told that it was blind and super aggressive, and it was not either of those things. It doesn't seem to be blind at all, and it moves around a lot, and when it's hungry it can be a little bit bitey, but other than that it's one of the tamest raccoons that I've ever handled in my entire life, and it was a wild one too. It's about, I don't know, I would say that it's about a month old, 2 months old ish, in that area, which around that time, if they're wild, they're pretty miserable to be around. Sometimes if they're tame, they're even miserable to be around at that stage. Raccoons, they come into their own personalities, and no matter how much you handle them when they're young, they kind of just, it's kind of out of your control how they behave after the fact. But this one's really nice, and it's really sweet, and I don't know what the people were thinking about when they said that it was crazy.
Crazy raccoons. Oh, yeah.
Most of them are crazy.
Well, they are raccoons after all.
Yeah. Oh, I know that I said that I'd see the Incredibles. I mean Jurassic World. I know that I said that I'd see Jurassic World, but I went and saw the Incredibles instead.
That sounds
But
much more exciting.
It was much better, but I'll still see Jurassic World because my friend still wants me to see it. So next week,
just to see your reaction.
next week I'll have that. Yeah, my action. But both times I went to the theater, I was fully intending to see Jurassic World, but I got there and I looked at my friend and I was like, we could watch The Incredibles too. And then the next time I went, it was with my mother, and I looked at her and I was like, we could watch The Incredibles too. So I saw The Incredibles 2 twice, and I didn't see Jurassic World once.
That sounds actually like that sounds very good. Much more
it was
fun
worth it.
than
I do not regret it at all. Especially since I had just listened to the Tetsu podcast where John talks about going and seeing Jurassic World. And I was like, oh, this doesn't sound like it's going to be a fun movie. He gave it a 1 out of 10.
I'm not surprised. Very much.
Thomas Holtz gave it... Thomas Holtz said that it was just fun, good, not great.
I wouldn't even go that far.
Sure.
I mean,
I don't really know.
But, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't really. I've heard John's opinions on other media, so I kind of have an idea about what his tastes are and what things he likes out of a film. And they're usually like really reasonable and well argued. And I don't really know that much about Thomas Holtz's.
Yeah.
So I kind of just trust Conway's more.
Yeah, from what I have seen over the years, Tom's taste is rather casual. And I heard at least a little bit of Memo's giant review. I had no time so far to hear it all, but I heard the first few minutes, and he said something about that these films are now what does he say? The street audience. They are made for, and I kind of agree with that. Depending of course what you understand under street audience. And he said something like, okay, if when we realize that, and you can you begin to enjoy the films more. But I actually think I don't want to have a film where I need to purposely shut down my brain to enjoy it. Where I really have to try to not see all this stupidity.
Yeah, I can't. A lot of people say that you should just turn off your brain whenever you consume media that's like that. I really don't know how to do that.
Yeah, no, yeah, good media, good films, good books, and so on. Do that for you. Usually. Yeah. And
if a job well, then there's the whole suspension of disbelief thing. But if a film is doing its job well enough and is convincing enough,
I was just about to quote that. Who was it who said that? Can't remember.
I didn't know anybody said it. I just.
Oh wait, I have to get my sketchbook anyway.
But I do want to say, because I know there are probably some people in our audience that went to go see the movie and enjoyed it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying the movie or something like that. I certainly enjoy media that I know objectively isn't that great, and that I'd never like put up on a pedestal for being something good. So I'm not criticizing people who like it. I'm more criticizing it in general. I don't mean to offend people for liking what they like.
Yeah, that's as long as the liking of something doesn't hurt anybody, like being a Nazi.
That is very true.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, I know.
Where is it? We had recently this topic at our academy, and I actually wrote down that quote because I liked it very much, and I plan to include it in my book. Yeah, here.
Oh.
Samuel Coleridge said once about the mindset you have when visiting a cinema, the willing suspension of disbelief. Which I think is pretty accurate.
I would agree completely. Alright, I kind of like what I'm going for here with this mixture of this kind of gradual transition that I have with my Stegosaurus, where it's filamentous, feathery things that kind of turn into broader, spikier quill-like structures.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I learned about something at the EAVP meeting that makes your reconstruction probably more likely. But I'm not able to talk about it.
Oh, good. I was about to be sad because I thought you were going to say I found something that makes your construction unlikely.
No, no. I will not tell you guys here what we learned and what really amazing paper will come out, but yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
Secrets. We'll find out eventually. But
Yeah.
until then, you can hold it over our head and make us wait in anticipation.
Yes.
Oh.
Be quiet, telephone.
I've been having a very good time doing these pop art illustrations that I have been, and I hope everybody likes them.
I really like them. I think it's a very interesting way to do paleo art.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the one you are working on now.
Thank you. I will post it as soon as it's done. I'm liking the way it's doing. I'm doing it right now. Its pose is based off of a Robert Backer illustration of I think it's supposed to be Psittacosaurus, the one where all the Psittacosauruses are jumping around.
Oh yeah.
It's based off one of them.
That's a very weird looking one. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoop. Almost used the wrong grade. Yeah, they I like them because they make me flex my creative muscles a lot, but they also don't take that much time to do. So I'm able to produce them a lot, but I don't feel like I'm just conveyor belting out content that all looks the same.
Yeah.
Productive, and also like the stuff I'm making looks good. And that's about as much as you can ask for as an artist.
That's true.
Oh, by the way, did you link my Tumblr in the description?
Ah, I forgot that. Damn it. Yes.
It's fine.
Yes.
We'll add it in the comments or something.
Let's see. There it is.
Because for everyone listening, I'm posting all of my sketches on Tumblr right now. I'll probably post them to DeviantArt at some point. I'll make a collage of them all. But for now, I'm just posting them on Tumblr. I really love more than DeviantArt, if I'm being completely honest.
So, and were there any birds at the time and place of this croc? This is Cam, and so far there is not really something in that direction. I think there are maybe 1 or 2 fragments of bird origin, but yeah.
Man, I have a hard time with ankylosaurs.
Ankylosaurs are pretty
dinosaurs to draw.
Ankylosaurs are pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're one of the few dinosaurs where the hardest angle to draw them in is just the lateral view that most dinosaurs are in.
Yeah,
It's a lot easier for me to draw ankylosaurs like head on
that's true.
and not have to worry about as much detail. Although I've been having a lot of fun drawing dinosaurs in views that aren't lateral, getting to show how weird they can be. Who would have known that pachycephalosaurs are so round?
Oh yeah,
if you just always drew them in
their
lateral
torso, yeah.
view.
I also saw some new stuff from Cam at the EAVP. Very, very exciting stuff. Again, stuff I can't talk about.
Get hyped.
At least
guys,
not
hyped.
here on a public chat. Maybe later.
Ha! That means I get to hear it and you guys don't. Eat my shorts.
I should call this the torture
mostly
stream.
because I don't wear shorts. I just rewatched all the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared videos, and I've had every song from every video stuck in my head for the past 3 days.
Aw, damn it.
I'm trying my hardest not to sing them.
Da. One of our cats is missing at the moment. We try to somehow bring him back inside.
Aw.
Yeah.
Hopefully that works out well.
Yeah,
cats
he
can be
should have
fickle creatures.
gotten his medication hours ago, you know, and
Ooh.
and
When are we
my
going
mom
to
is
make a
totally
paleo
freaking
stream?
out because of that. Right now?
Yeah.
Is er drin? He's inside. Finally.
Yay! Give that boy his medication. We should make a paleo stream drinking game. One of the things on there should be Joshua gets up to feed his cats.
Problem is I don't drink alcohol.
Another thing can be Kirby starts talking in an hour about a subject that he begins to ramble on about.
So
I have suggestions for the drink.
you know, I like crocodilians really to death, but all their complex body armor is just the worst.
Same problem with ankylosaurs.
Yeah. Also, I think ankylosaurs are even a little bit easier because crocodilians have these complex patterns inside their scales embedded. And in ankylosaurs you just have large osteoderms surrounded by many small ones.
Yeah, you do have a point.
And in crocodilians it's just these fluent gradients between smaller and larger scales, and then there are large patches in between, and bleh. And of course there is this the belly with the rectangular scales that fluently goes over into the round scales on the flanks. And
yeah, all good points.
yeah, especially in modern crocodilians, of course, which have the most complex osteoderm armor, but even more basal forms must have probably had something similar.
Yeah, I remember when I did my Pissarra Champsa drawing, my main goal in that was to give it a scale pattern that wasn't similar to modern crocodilians. But I don't know how accurate that turned out, because that type of scalation pattern is like even on phytosaurs, which are very basal members of the croc lineage. So almost done with Stegosaurus.
Nice. How do you pronounce that?
Stegosaurus.
Interesting. I already always say Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. I don't say that because it sounds too much like Stegosaurus.
Well, when we use German phonetics, it's a little bit clearer.
Yeah. For me, it's like rhinoceros, but with stego in front of it. So it's Stegosaurus.
Okay.
I've been finding out, I've been pronouncing a lot of, like, Herrerasaurus is actually Herrerasaurus.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you grow up reading all these names and never hear anyone saying them.
It's true. I still sometimes hear talks or talk with people and they say a scientific name and I'm like, what are you speaking about? And then they say it slowly again, and then I think about, okay, how would I pronounce these letters? And then, oh, you mean that one?
That thing.
Yeah,
oh, you
that one. No, you pronounce it this way. I always did it this way.
Relevant to the recent Tet Zoo, where Darren has a fall apart about Acinonyx.
Yeah, and of course Brian L. Ford's rant about how to pronounce Triceratops correctly.
Yeah,
because he thinks it should be Triceratops, but actually when you would use the correct Latin pronunciation, it would be Triceratops. Yeah, so that's also wrong, and in the end it's absolutely nonsensical, because not the pronunciation is important, it's more how you write it.
Yeah. Alright guys, I'm about to post my Stegosaurus in the whips from the stream chat.
Nice.
It's fat, it's fuzzy, spiky, it's everything that you want.
Oh, let me already go there. Oh, there's also already. Oh, there it is. Nice.
Thank you.
Let me share it. And we start with Unprofessional Professionals version, which looks pretty nice.
I like Dinosaur Man's version. It's really good.
Man's versions are always the best versions.
I like that clownfish existed at this time as well.
Actually, that's not so unlikely. There are fishes that look kind of similar, although they probably had a completely different ecological niche and look not so human-like.
Is that the Taraco from the formation that has what is it, Meratherium in it?
Can't remember.
I can't remember the name of the formation. Hold on. Let me take a look. See at my formation folder.
Oh, Julian wants to join the conversation about names, apparently.
Oh.
Maybe not right now. We have, at least here in the kitchen in the moment, a little bit of situation, because the cat that just came in doesn't want to eat, apparently. Hear my sister in the background.
Kitty cat being...
Sorry, audio is choppy.
Oh, I said the kitty being tricky.
Yeah, kitty is tricky. I might be gone again soon for a moment, but I just... Okay. Yeah, two of my sisters are doing it. No need for me, good. Apparently. I hope.
It's one of the good having sisters.
Aber der ist, glaube ich, so aufgewühlt. Kann das sein? Ja, wahrscheinlich. Was musst du das für ein Wo ist denn das? Ja, aber wo ist denn das Heilpflanzenöl?
Ich weiß es nicht. Ist es vielleicht hier hinten hingekommen?
Ich habe hier schon wieder Kopfschmerzen. Ja, sonst gibst du mir in die Hand. Ich bin jetzt gerade zu Scherzen aufgelegt. Ich bin nämlich echt scheiße drauf, weil ich sagen will. Es ist keiner hier zu Scherzen aufgelegt.
Ich auch nicht.
Ja. Aber Hühner da oben noch sitzen.
Ja, die kann auch selbst ins Bett gehen.
Die ist ja auch schon oben.
Oh.
Aber wenn du Tag und Nacht Kopfschmerzen hast und das seit Tagen.
Ja. Das ist nicht schön. Okay. Oh God, I'm still on Discord.
Okay,
thank you for telling me. Well, not so much. Haven't. Yeah, Julian, you might be able to join if you go to Discord into the right channel. Don't see you there. I can't unmute you when you aren't there.
Be able to join if you are in the Okay, I'm gonna do something else right now. What else should I do? Somebody on Tumblr wanted me to do a couple of Allosaurus being cute, but I'm gonna save that for another day. I feel like maybe I want to do it at this again tonight. They're fun. They're so round.
Oh, Julian, you meant the conversation we would have outside the stream. Okay, that's a different question, and probably not, because I'm not even sure if I will tell Kirby. So it's complicated.
I am pretty shifty. I might do Leptoceratops next. Has anybody noticed that I have been trying to be consistent in flipping my dicing left and facing right when I've been drawing them. I'm trying to keep a consistent pattern.
Nice. Yeah, I try that too during the streams. Sometimes I look back at the stream and think, oh well, it's so boring. They are all facing the same direction, and then I'm inclined to delete it all again. Okay, shading is basically done. Please, guys, let me know what crocodilian pattern could be nice for this guy.
I think I'll do a smaller one, but Windy Ceratops does look nice. Oh wait, what material is there on that?
Kuban croc. Oh yeah, that's true. That's a very nice crocodilian, not so often used as a reference, and we can surely alter it enough. Counter crocking.
What's the not so nice crocodilian?
That's true.
If that one's a nice one, yeah.
Yeah. Although there are surely crocodilians that have a coloration that isn't that inspiring, let's say it this way. For example, Gharials I think aren't that exciting to look at color wise, more form wise.
I will agree. I think form wise they make, color wise I don't know. I think that the most boring looking extant crocodilian probably some type of caiman, because they're just an alligator but small. Like,
oh, I can't think in the moment of any boring looking caiman.
Yeah, I'm just remembering off my head. The reason that I'm having such a hard time getting late phylogeny is because a lot of them look so similar that I can barely tell apart what group is supposed to belong to what. Because there's just, in some of these things, there's just nothing that sets them apart, really. I mean, I guess some people would say that about rodents and stuff, but I don't know. I'm always able to tell the difference between the subtle differences between all the different types of small mammals and shrews.
Well, it takes a little bit more experience, I would say, for sure. And probably is also that modern crocodilian diversity is still not really fully explored. We know a lot about these well-known taxa by now, but there's still tons to be done within the realm of the lesser-known species that may be more than one species and stuff like that.
I also have trouble. I heard phylogeny, except when it comes to specifically passerines, because it's so huge. It's basically like an entirely different class of animal, considering just how many passerines there are.
Yeah. I don't even look at a bird phylogeny, because phylogeny usually has no real meaning to me. I mean, within passerines, look at how many ecological niches there are, and that's interesting for me. So phylogeny doesn't say you how an animal lives, and that's why I don't pay much attention to it.
Yeah. The thing for me is that I'm interested in both ecology and phylogeny, but I understand that ecology has a more useful in terms of practical study of animals and useful in terms of even giving paleo art. But
Yeah.
I don't know, something about phylogeny is just really fascinating to me, and I'm very interested in it. Like, it's interesting to see how different unrelated groups of animals can converge onto similar things, and how some animals are like so different. Like, you wouldn't expect a heron to be a type of pelican, for example. You
Yeah.
would more expect a heron to be a type of crane, but actually rails are a type of are in the crane and rail group. And herons are over with pelicans.
Yeah. Nicholas Longridge had a very interesting talk at the EAVP meeting about dinosaur diversity. And he said at the end of it, basically we should stop when we talk about diversity to look to just count species. Instead, we should look at ecological niches that are filled, because that tells us so much more. He basically said, and I paraphrase here a little bit, I don't care if we have 10 species of Triceratops or just 2. They all fill the same ecological niche. So it's rather nonsensical to count them into these diversity curves and stuff like that. In general, that was a very, very awesome talk he gave there. I talked a little bit with him after that, and yeah.
Nice.
Indeed.
Did you do anything in Portugal outside of the meeting that you went to that you can talk about?
Well, I can talk a little bit about some stuff, like I just did.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, well, I was just there for the meeting, and also I didn't had any talks or something like that myself or posters, but I had, of course, a pile of originals with me in case someone wants to see my work. And I actually contributed to the annual auction they have at the meeting, similar to the SVP, to raise funds for student grants and stuff like that. And this year I made a drawing of Miragaya. That was this year the logo of the meeting. And actually my drawing was the highest sold piece during the auction.
Oh, good. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit flattered about that.
Oh, thank God for Greg Paul. Sorry, I was looking for a reference of the skull from the front because I can't tell from a lateral view.
Yeah. I actually recently you guys probably have all seen the Nemectosaurus / Opisthecoelicaudia skeletal drawing by Scott Hartman, and I commented that I really like it, but I would really like to see a dorsal reconstruction of this one, and Scott agreed. And
oh,
said that he would like to see that as well. Well, it depends if he finds time for that or enough motivation. But I think in the case of Opisthecoelicaudia especially, you need to know how massive this animal is, because it's probably the broadest titanosaur we know.
That's quite interesting. I think this type of stuff, like the whole which dinosaur is the biggest debate when it comes to stuff like because I think most people only factor in length usually when talking about that. So
yeah,
but if you put like a Tyrannosaurus next to a Giganotosaur, it's pretty obvious which one's bigger, even if Giganotosaurus is slightly longer.
Yeah, T-Rex is more massive and stuff like that.
And by the same as some upper size estimates of some sauropods.
Yeah, and for example, there are surely Diplodocids which are extremely long, but at the same time we have much shorter titanosaurs which are just so massive that you can't really compare it. And I think we just should stop comparing altogether.
I think that we should just. I don't like the kind like, oh, the biggest thing. Being the biggest of a certain thing is not really anything to be so hung on to. It doesn't do anyone much good to think about what dinosaurs are the biggest or the baddest.
You don't really learn something from comparing this, or get something out of it. It's just silly.
This Pleptoceratops is looking off range from the angle I'm drawing it at. I'm beginning to think that maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Julian writes, I'm more interested in finding smaller and smaller adult non-avian dinosaurs. I agree. And I saw stuff at the EAVP meeting that might please you. Can't say more.
Even more.
I will rename this stream into the torture stream.
Well, like that drawing it like this makes it seem so strange, but I'm not doing anything. It all checks out. It's kind of weird looking from a different angle.
Yeah, sometimes it just needs a little bit of a perspective change to show how bizarre animals can be, although they are very familiar to us.
Yeah, Camptosaurus challenge.
Yeah, that's something I really like about the dinosaur revolution, renaissance, that people began to realize how strange dinosaurs in particular can be. Just when I recently had a talk about paleo art at our academy, I also showed paintings by Greg Paul with Oeoplocephalus in frontal view, which show how massive and broad these animals are. And I got very interesting reactions from the audience. They were just like, how is this possible? What is this? It's like nothing you would ever expect.
As wide as it is long.
Yeah. Yeah,
it is unfortunate.
Yeah, I wish we had more. I wish we had more dorsal and frontal reconstructions of dinosaur skeletons. it's oftentimes so difficult to get this.
Yeah. Everybody out there who makes skeletons, you heard us.
Yeah. Literal reconstructions are for babies.
Yes. A dumb, stinky baby. Where he is trying to like have a very unpopular, not very well selling toy sell better, and his strategy was to market it as a toy that you have to have in order to not be considered a baby. And then he tried to sell it to kids, and was like, "Hey, you guys aren't babies, aren't you? Do you have this cool new toy? Because if you don't have it, then I guess you're a baby. Because this is the only way to prove that you're not a baby."
I never fell for these tricks. But I knew back in the day many schoolmates and stuff like that who fell for that. I wasn't always a cool kid on the schoolyard because of that.
I think most can relate to that. I didn't.
You know, when you do stuff that
until like the last year of high school.
It's usual the effect that happens when you do consistently stuff that usually not many people do. And also when you don't do everything everyone else does. Ah well. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah. Move.
I think I'm finished with this.
Remembering high school.
So I think I'm finished. Please, guys, let me know what we could do next.
I'm gonna have to crop out the Stegosaurus from the final version because I drew it too close to it and it's gonna show up. But oh well.
Unprofessional. I was never like you guys want to draw dinosaurs? No, not really. But because I very quickly realized that that's not how you make friends. Any secrets you can talk about? Well, they wouldn't be secrets if I would tell you. See?
Ooh,
that's the problem.
We can share the secrets on how to make friends.
Vendiceratops. Maybe something less difficult because the complex cranial anatomy of ceratopsians makes it oftentimes very difficult to draw them, especially when it's just something casual without much preparation. Cryolophosaurus. I think that's a great idea, especially because of the new Antarctic dinosaur exhibition in where is it? No, not San Francisco.
But Joshua, you've already done Cryolophosaurus in a stream.
I did.
Yes, you did it in the Greg Paul Dilophosaurus pose.
I did something in that pose, but I don't think it was Cryolophosaurus.
I think it was.
Let me check.
I'm pretty sure. But even if it is, I still think that we should do it.
I think I did the pose, but not the animal. Speed sketching, stream, A, B, C,
D. I know my alphabet.
Nope, no Cryolophosaurus here.
Really?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna check my Joshua folder. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
I did a speed sketching video on it, but not on a stream.
Okay. Yeah, you are correct. It was a speed sketch. Damn it. I hate being proved wrong on the stream. Just kidding. I don't care. But at least that's what I tell myself, so that I can sleep.
Gecko, does the stream have a theme? Not really, besides telling you guys stuff that I know stuff that I can't tell you.
The theme is
something...
easy to draw animal.
Yeah, that's very consistent in here. Let me see. I try to find some pictures of that new exhibition.
Joshua, the exhibitionist. Does anybody have any questions about plant phylogeny? Because I'm going to be going to the girl that knows a lot about it next weekend.
Does she also know about fossil plants?
Probably gonna spend... I hope so. I'm going to be the first thing I ask her.
In case she does, keep her. At least as a friend. People who are interested in paleobotany are priceless these days. Yeah. Field Museum. Plant phylogeny is a mess. I can imagine that. Where is that skeleton? I would like to use it. Maybe from this angle.
Okay, there was a silence and I was wondering if I was still even on.
Oh, I was actually also wondering if you are still on. Or if I said something that hurt you or stuff like that. And
well that you asked me.
I said not much.
Okay. I probably didn't hear. I just went off for a second.
Okay.
It probably would not have offended me, whatever it was, for the record.
Okay, guys, you guys can stop posting more and more suggestions. We are doing Cryolophosaurus. I found a useful. I found a useful picture of the new skeletal mound at the Field Museum.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
What's that? A tasty snack.
I will try to use it.
Right. Did anybody hear me ask the question about if I should give the Leptoceratops any sort of Psittacosaurus-like filaments on it?
No, that wasn't coming through here.
Okay.
can ask
It's
now.
pretty derived for a ceratopsian that has these kind of primitive body plans.
Yeah,
but
problem
I don't
is
know.
we don't
still
really
make it.
know what triggered the loss of these structures in apparently more derived taxa, at least some. So
Yeah.
that's
I
still a
know
problem.
that there is a juvenile. There is that has filaments all over its little body,
Probably.
unpublished.
Yeah. Or badly published, which is basically the same.
Bad word for it. Oh no, I made its feet look weird. I'm gonna roll with it though. I quite like what I did with the head, and I don't want to have to redraw it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it something interesting. Something that'll make people say, hey, I'm a ceratopsian before, but it seems likely. I'll give it a pair of pants. I don't like that, don't like that, don't like that.
Pants are a good idea. Makes one feel
Maybe
less
I'll
naked.
give it pants then. Less naked, but still a little bit naked.
I wake up every morning and think, oh well, pants are a good idea.
I think, what could I do to make myself less naked?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, pants. Yeah, that sounds good.
Pants are good.
Oh my god, what did I do?
I have no idea, I
This does
can't
not
see it.
look good. This does not look good, and I did such a good job on the head too. But this arm looks so bad. I cannot let this arm.
Do you make first a pencil sketch and then go over with ink, or?
Yeah, I did a pencil sketch, and then I didn't realize just how bad it looked until I went over it with ink.
Ah, damn it.
I feel like I could fix it digitally by just erasing it and then drawing a new one and then pasting that on there, but I don't want to. Oh well. Well, I'll just redraw it. It's not the first time I've had to redraw a ceratopsian.
Yeah.
At least this time I don't have to redraw the entire. Yeah. Within the past 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll post a picture of what I did do, so you can at least see how nice the head looks.
Well, you could just use a head, you know, as a portrait.
Yeah. I'll redo it. Alright, posting my abandoned not Psittacosaurus. What am I doing? Leptoceratops in the chat. There it is. Flipped. Weird, but oh well.
Weird. Ah, there it comes in. Nice. Interesting. What's the part you don't like?
The back leg, the one that's all black.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
It doesn't look as bad when I post it from
let me share it.
You...
But first, let's see what else was posted in my absence. Oh,
everybody take a look at Kirby.
Yeah. Julian
everybody laugh at Kirby.
Julian posted his Basil Chiraco. Work in progress. Nice. Who gave this a dislike? Who was it? The chess player.
Kill them. Chess player, we're calling you out. How dare you dislike that?
It was
Whatever
even a
it
broken
was.
tail. It was a broken tail emojicon.
No. Maybe it broke his tail because of how happy he was. He jumped up really quick and it broke his tail. That's what I'd like to believe. I'd like to believe this world isn't full of hatred.
It's full of many things. Now with water. Yeah, unprofessional water can be very tricky. It needs some time. Except when you are called Henry Sharp, then you just do it naturally.
Too bad my name isn't Henry Sharp.
Yeah. Why isn't your name Henry Sharp?
I don't know. Because my parents named me something different, and then I named myself something different. Except not really, I just started...
Okay, let's start with some proto feathers on this and a tongue that isn't muscular.
All tongues are muscular.
Yeah, but not very much in basal dinosaurians and crocodilians. Especially...
Oh, Yashua, I said all.
Apparently you haven't read that paper that came out just a week ago.
Yeah. Oopsie.
I really like
I had to read for the illustration that I did.
I really like what they did in that paper. And I agree with most of it, but I think they had very limited number and variety of specimens they used in there. For example, there's not a single sauropod hyoid in there, and there are sauropod hyoids. It seems a little like they just used the specimens they had in their hands, basically, and that's it. For example, I think they don't...
fixing some problems that I didn't like about the skull in the last ones. This isn't all lost.
I think they had not even a proper ankylosaur, and ankylosaurs have massive and complex hyoids.
Biggins. I can't believe that I'm drawing another Ceratopsian over again. I'm just not good at these, am I?
Well, maybe you are
I also had
after
to
this
draw
series.
the Protoceratops over again the first time. I'm not good, but I'm just drawn to them. Get it? Drawn? He. Thank you.
Oh.
I was waiting for that or an OHA.
Puntani Pteros likes this.
I reread Matt Martinuc's book on Solnhofen.
Oh, nice.
Very good.
Indeed.
Yes.
In case you guys don't have it yet, buy it already. What are you doing with your life?
Yes. Buy it now. Now.
Yeah,
right
or
now.
save your money until my book comes out.
Right now? When is Witten's book supposed to be coming out?
Well, I already pre-booked it, so I don't know. I will see when it is on my doorstep.
Alright, I guess I should pre-book it too. That's the book that we're all worried about.
Yeah, we all hope for and all worry about. I had that discussion too with Fabio Manucchi at the EAVP meeting. He's in case you don't know him, he's an Italian paleo artist, and he did, for example, that new Dolichosaur with preserved soft tissue, the 3D model and rendering.
Oh.
Yeah, he did that.
Oh, that was him. Okay. That's quite good.
Yeah.
I know of another paleo artist with with Fabio in his name, but we won't discuss
There's another one, yeah, but he shouldn't be named here.
Yes.
No name calling on the stream. Except when it's politicians.
Yeah. When it's people who aren't paleo artists or paleontologists.
Yeah,
or,
people who are already
David
standing in the public, basically, so you can bully them anyways.
I guess we should say, let's not call anybody that could potentially cause us harm in the future as industry people.
Yeah.
We might have to work with them at some point on a project, and we don't want to have it be awkward.
And suddenly I will regret starting these streams altogether.
Hey, it's not the future as wild stream, so at least not yet. I think the problem with that, like, I way too many people on at the same time, and it was hard to moderate conversation.
Yes. Not very happy with the hands here.
The hands are really happy with you.
Apparently.
these legs too long? They look a little bit too long. Yeah, I need to shorten these legs a little bit.
Yeah, Jet, Witten has sometimes the habit to give at least for my taste a little bit too many spoilers for his future books.
Yeah. You can practically find every illustration of his future book.
Yeah, I think in this case it's less the case than with recreating an Age of Reptiles. But yeah,
and
we
with
will
his
see
other
when we
book,
have the book in our hands. Oh, and I just had an idea what to make with this Cryolophosaurus.
Money.
I will show him in or her with polar lights in the background.
Aurora Australis.
Indeed.
But still looks too tall. I'm talking about my drawing, not yours, by the way. Gotcha.
I guess so, because mine is perfect.
Yours is perfect. I'm assuming. I haven't looked at it yet.
No,
but I will soon.
It's far from that. Okay.
Well, we all are.
A little bit darker and
okay.
Now...
Okay, that's good. Bring the belly down a little bit more and it should look fine. Yep, that a little bit more like that. Alright.
Good.
Second attempt. And I'll look at what's going on. Ah, I see. What a fuzzy
animal. Gecko, do you mean the Antarctic Circle, where Cryolophosaurus was found? When questions come out of the context minutes later, where we already have forgotten what we are talking about a few minutes ago, it's sometimes hard to get. Something new.
Would the Morphodon have been a contemporary of Cryolophosaurus?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Let's see how this turns out with Aurora Australis.
At this time of day, in this part of the equator, located entirely on the southern hemisphere, I hate having to draw something again because it never looks as good as the first one.
Yeah,
you did.
it's the original creative spark that is a little bit lost. Oftentimes.
Yeah. Well, that's just what happens when you try to recreate something instead of
Yeah.
trying to make something completely new again.
Yeah, the appeal of the original.
Yeah.
Something that apparently
I would say that nobody likes recreating. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yo-Yo, can you, Yeshua, can you see my cryo before I go? Yes, of course I can see. I see it. And I will share it. Ooh. It is nice. The markings on the snout are maybe a little bit... The markings on the snout look maybe a little bit too artificial, I would say, but let's give it a thumbs up. Nice. Oh, and Dinosaur Man again shaming us all with his brilliant pictures.
Take a look. Take a peeky peek.
Oh yeah, and Brennan, it's totally fine if you do your own stuff on these streams. It's indeed a good opportunity to just do your own stuff. So that's why I
like how Tyrann.
That's why I call these streams speed sketching and draw together, and not draw together with Joshua, or draw what Joshua does.
That's the name of our spin-off series.
Yes. The one where we try to conquer the world.
Yes. By doing what Joshua does.
Don't try to be original, just try to please me.
What are some of your favorite movies?
I don't know. I don't watch so many.
Usually too. Usually when I ask someone that question, I don't ask what's your favorite movie. I ask what are some of yours, because most people don't know their favorite mid.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many. It's easier for me to say what films I don't like. Apparently.
Okay. We can do that. What's a film you don't like?
Everything that came after the first Transformers movie.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Of course, all the Jurassic World films and most parts of the Jurassic Park spin-offs, sequels.
Yeah.
What else? I'm pretty
people say
fine
that Jurassic Park is so good. I disagree. I think Jurassic Park 2 is boring. That's the biggest sin that it committed. Is it's just boring.
No, I wouldn't say boring.
It's a movie, and they made it boring. How?
What else? You know, I don't watch so many bad movies because I usually know beforehand what the bad movies will be, so I just don't watch them.
Right, yeah.
Why should I why should I do this to myself when there is the alternative in just watching good movies? For example, many people complain about the Underworld series, but I actually like it.
Ooh. I haven't seen any of the Underworld movies.
Yeah, that's the first one is still the best, but still.
Maybe I should check them out. Let's see. My favorite movies. I'm gonna count non-animated movies because I don't want to just get caught up on animated movies. But if it was animated movies, Mind Games. Synecdoche, New York, is pretty good. The Lobster, probably my favorite comedy. All of Edgar Wright's movies are really good.
Of course, problem is I could talk about some of my favorite movies, but you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But because they are German movies, you can't even see over there, probably because most German films aren't even published on your side of the Atlantic, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
For example, we actually have comedy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Germans are funny, guys.
We can be funny. If we want. But usually reality tells us to be not funny.
America's pretty funny if you just try to stop remembering that what we're doing is real.
Yeah. Oh well, it begins to be funny if you just see it as a giant social and psychological experiment. And you imagine a godlike psychologist / scientist sitting above the clothes and making notes and thinking, oh, how funny, how stupid they are.
Man, I'm glad this isn't real life, right guys? It's just a simulation.
Yeah. I like the Matrix movies, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I have actually never seen any of the Matrix movies.
Shame.
I know, I need to...
I mean,
I haven't even watched Ghost in a Shell.
I haven't seen that, for example.
I really, really should. Kirby, you idiot. I was gonna do something fancy with the tail, but then I just drew the tail as if it was completely scaly without even thinking about it. Oh well, this Leptoceratops is just gonna be scaly. Sorry, guys.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I can do it.
How to Train Your Dragon. I like that.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, and I'm very
like
curious.
The first one.
I'm very curious what they will do with the third one.
Yes. I like the first one. I thought the second one was alright. And I want to see what they do.
You know, I also first thought the second one isn't as good, and sure it doesn't reach the heights of the first one, because the first one, it's of course all very fresh, you know.
Yes.
Just like a Jurassic Park, you can't really recreate this awe, this wonder, this being the first time on your dragon and it actually works and stuff like that. You can't really do this again. But the more I watched it, and I actually watched clips of it again and again online, the more it grew on me.
Maybe I should re-examine it then. I know some movies, it takes a few watchings to really get the meat of it or appreciate.
Yeah.
I still managed to do something interesting with Leptoceratops despite my poor decision. Alright, now I've gotten to the point where I can erase my pencil marks because now they're kind of distracting. I heard a lot of people say that they would like to see my pop art done t-shirts and stuff, and that they would like to buy stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that could actually be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe with some
So maybe
some
I'll come
cool,
up with some
maybe with some cool meme text on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking something like, if you guys have ever been to Matt Martinyuk's Redbubble, Pan Aves Redbubble, all of his shirts are like really interesting graphic designs with sort of around them. And they're not so memey that they're going to get out of fashion in a few years. They're just like the right amount of memey, and I like them quite a bit. I want to buy all of them at some point. Right now, I only have the Ask Me About STEM Bird shirt.
I actually got also a t-shirt from the auction. I'm wearing it right now, and it has just a little bit text on it, and it reads, "Buffy is a slayer of fragments lives."
I remember you posting that.
Yeah, it's a shirt for all these paleontologists out there that work with fragmentary stuff.
God bless them. They're the real heroes.
Yes, indeed. Okay, I think I'm finished with my Cryolophosaurus.
Finished with my Leptoceratops.
What a coincidence.
But I only think it. Maybe I am finished. I just don't know it yet.
Maybe we are never really finished. Nah, now it's getting too philosophical.
Yeah. Back up a little bit.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm so stupid. I'm still on Discord.
Uh-oh. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Well, it'll be even more of a surprise when they see the finished product.
My favorite movie from this year far is Black Panther. I still haven't seen Black Panther. And I want to do it. Actually, my dad wants to see it as well. Maybe I will buy him the DVD for his birthday so we can watch it together.
I'm not really that big of a fan of Marvel movies, so I probably won't see it.
Yeah. Oh,
But
my dad and me, we are in a way interested because we are both interested in basically in the world building aspects as well. And we just want to see basically how the story goes on and how it's all
makes
yeah. Yeah, I could add Forest in the background, Devon. Ooh. Sorry.
I don't have John Conway's view about superhero movies, where he thinks that everybody that watches them is an idiot and what's wrong with cinema. I'm just me personally not that big into them, and it's mostly just a personal thing to do with the quality of the film.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's just a guilty pleasure thing.
Yeah,
you know, like I can totally agree with Kevin Schreck that I enjoy actually the Star Wars prequels, for example. At least the first and third. I'm not so much enjoying the second one.
Yeah. Kevin Schreck is an interesting person because sometimes he'll say things that I really, really agree with, and then sometimes he'll say things that I really, really don't.
Yes.
But he presents it all in such a memey fashion that I can never be mad at it.
Yeah.
Like he says that he doesn't believe because he thinks they have flat character animation and boring characters, and I might agree a little bit on the characters sometimes, but I think ultimately the story that they're trying to tell makes up for flatter characters. And I think the character animation in Ghibli films are incredibly fluent. And also, I don't think that all anime is bad and the same.
Yeah,
I think that there's a lot of bad anime out there. Bad everything.
In general, I think he sometimes uses over generalization too much.
Yes. His points sometimes
maybe
lack
just
a little bit of nuance.
Just me, but yeah.
No, I feel that too. By the way, we love you, Kevin. Sometime.
Yeah. We love you the way you are.
Everybody has things that you disagree with. That's what makes people interesting. I want to be friends with someone that agrees with me on everything. It's boring. What will we talk about?
Indeed. We would all be Agent Smith. Oh, you can't know that reference because you haven't seen the movies.
Yes. But I pretended to know it. Like I always do.
No, I don't
Alright,
want
this
to.
left the Ceratops turn. I don't want to go on the bouncy castle, Father. It's not a reference to anything, and I'm honestly kind of upset that I said it now. I don't know where it came from.
It came deep from your heart.
Been 70-foot slide that my dad made me go on.
I think
that was a not fun story.
Indeed. I think Squalodon could be a nice next one. I really like Bipiosaurus, but we already just did a dinosaur, so something else right now. And I already did a Prionosuchus actually. Many streams ago.
There's another animal that I don't even know how to begin to pronounce properly. I always called it Biepiosaurus or Beepiosaurus or Bipiosaurus. I've never had a consistent pronunciation for it, honestly.
I call it Bipiosaurus.
Bipiao. Bipiao.
Indeed.
That's what you say when you're having a hard time peeing.
I never had that kind of peeing accident.
You've never had it hurt when you pee?
No.
Wow.
Is that a common thing?
Diet than me, I guess.
Is that a common thing?
Sometimes. I thought that everybody has had a time burnt to pee at least once in their life. Maybe I'm just a freak.
Or I am for not having this.
I don't know. Alright, I just finished my Leptoceratops, so I'm gonna post that in a jiffy.
Nice. Yeah, I think I will do Squalodon. Squalodon on the beach. Dead.
Actually, wait. I'm gonna put some more. I'm gonna shade this back arm a little bit more. The back arm still looks a little bit weird, but it's not that bad. It's not near as bad as the first one. It's bad enough that I can live with it. Which is exactly what my parents thought of me.
Oh. According to Julian, it's a common thing to have pain while peeing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It just.
So I'm just very relaxed when I pee, apparently.
Teach us your ways. How can I be more relaxed while I pee?
That's something I should Google.
Relaxation tips for peeing.
Listen to yoga music.
Or like have a nice little waterfall sound effect.
Yeah, or use a squatty pot. Use a squatty pot.
While you're peeing.
Yes. Or just use Japanese toilets.
Those things look scary. I don't want to go near them.
Oh no!
I'm afraid.
Damn it! The battery of my phone is empty. I will quickly use the tablet of one of my sisters. What?
Good idea. I just posted my Leptoceratops, by the way.
Good. Google. Let's have a look on. Ooh, that looks nice. Let's share it while I should.
Thanks.
I search for Squalodon again. Squadron, Squadron, Squadron. There you are.
Yay! Beautiful. What kind of handsome person drew that?
What was that?
That was me being handsome.
Oh.
Alright. How many animals have you drawn so far, Joshua? 2?
On the streams?
Yes. No, ever in your life.
I don't know.
On this stream specifically.
This stream, I just start number 3. We have in this folder 298 sketches.
Wow. But yeah, I was just asking how many in this stream that we did. Because I wanted to know if I was caught up with you. And I am. I've done 2 as well. So I'll start a 3rd one. Maybe something that's not an ornithischian this time. Or at least not a ceratopsian. Oh no.
Oh,
crap.
yes.
I did that thing. Now I have to restart my computer. Oh.
Oh, nice.
I have to buy a charger for my computer because the one that I have, it just keeps it on life support, but it doesn't charging 0%. And if I move it any, it shuts down. And I just moved it.
Yeah.
So it shut down.
That's nice.
Really nice. I'm just ecstatic, actually. Well, at least I can see the stream on YouTube. I'll watch that while I'm waiting for my computer to come up so I can draw another thing. So I have all my references. You know what the hardest part about drawing ceratopsians in the 3/4 view is? Besides everything?
Nope.
It's most getting the frill shape right.
Yes.
Or if they have horns, the horns to look right. A ceratops looks almost impossible. The ones I've been doing haven't been having horns, so that's good.
Yeah, that helps, definitely. Okay, I had here. Oh, I'm doing not Squalodon now, but Eosqualodon, where I found a nice skull. Because apparently it's not completely known for Squalodon. At least when I Google it. So.
Looks like my computer went off again while it was charging. I mean,
nice.
While it was booting back up. Very nice. I'm glad this didn't happen when I was doing math earlier. Or I would have failed. trying to get my grade up to a 90 in my math class. Right now it's a...
Oh.
I think this is the first time I've been doing good in math since primary school.
I was never good at math. And today I lack the ambition to be good at it.
Well, you don't have any reason to be good at it either.
Yeah.
If you're going for an art career.
Yeah, that's true.
The only I'm doing is because I made the mistake of going for an associate's to go get my art major. Because I wanted to feel cool and have some type of science degree. But now I know that art is where it's at, and that's what I'm gonna go do. Ideally, I want to do the Beth Wendell thing, which is a degree in illustration, or some other form of art. I don't know if I'm gonna get illustration, and then do your own independent research.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, but I'm probably just gonna do art. If I do any research on anything, it'll be weasels.
You could illustrate the first book about extinct mustelids. Not only illustrate, but also write.
Nice. That would be nice. I just need to collect all the material. Because finding good reference for these animals is very difficult.
Yeah, well, if Darren gets his big book out, it would definitely become easier.
Yes. Notice that we said if instead of when.
Well, it will come. It will come. We don't know when, but it will come. I really hope that after every chapter there will just be an empty page, so you can add your own references there.
Yeah.
Because I mean the vertebrate fossil record expands and changes so damn quickly that you basically could add something, a new paper to the references every day.
Yeah. Could you imagine if Darren had to do a new edition of it, like, every year? That'd be fun.
I think at some point he would just change to an online version where he would constantly just post updates. That's the only possible thing I see.
Yeah, or he just leaves it at 1 to 10's like changed.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, what I would do. Yes, restore session, please. No, maybe I can try and
what? Oh no, not again. I was still on Discord apparently.
I should really be checking that.
I feel awful. Sorry guys. As you notice, I'm out of practice.
I'm proud of my mom. She knows what a pachycephalosaur is.
That's not usually the case, indeed.
Mm.
I think I will make this animal mostly black. With a little bit of counter shading. But just a little bit.
Oh, okay, now I can see what's going on. Now my computer is running again.
Good. Very good.
What should I draw?
No idea.
Me neither.
A self-portrait as a pachycephalosaur.
I have been wanting to draw a Meet the Artist thing. But I'll save that for another day.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever drawn a Dilophosaurus from head on?
I think so, yeah.
Drat.
I think there's even some Jurassic Park fan art that does that.
Oh, yeah, because of the frill thing. People probably have done that a lot then.
Yeah.
I forgot. I forget all the time that most people think Dilophosaurus had a frill.
Yep.
And it's all Jurassic Park's fault. Boo. Just kidding.
Kill it. Kill it with fire before it lays eggs. That was actually a slide at the EAVP meeting. But I will not tell you in what context.
We'll never know. The papers will never come out. I wonder what Greg Paul is doing right now. I think I've asked that question on a stream before.
I think as well.
When I did it before,
and I still have no idea.
When I asked him before, it was a joke, but now I'm curious. When was the last time he actually did a painting and not just one of his like colored pencil lateral sketches that look kind of bad?
I think these days he mostly just updates his older works when it comes to paintings.
He should paint something new. I like his style. I don't even care if he makes it all thin and weird looking.
What is it, Julian? Why is it it's swirly eyes?
I should draw. Oh my god! I should draw Ceratosaurus from the front view. That thing is like pencil flat.
It is
Or
very
thin.
very
It's
thin
really-
indeed, and as you can
Really
see,
real-
it's usually underestimated in its flatness. Just look at Jurassic World
Yeah.
Evolution,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just T-Rex with an extra horn.
Yeah, that's what it was in Jurassic Park 3 as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, I am honestly kind of shocked at just how thin it is. Flat, I mean. It really is almost comedic. There is no point on its body where it is found as its skull is like long. Well, I'll have to draw that sometime.
yep.
I don't really feel like I'm prepared to do that tonight. Lemosaurus. Haven't done a sauropod yet. What sauropod should I do?
Maybe the new one I can't talk about.
Oh, yes, that would be a good one for me to do. Maybe a Pistacilocauda?
It's also a good
I'll
idea.
do a Pistacilocauda some other time.
But well, I just confirmed that yes, there is. Oh, there's actually more than one new sauropod coming.
Haha, now that we know this information, we can infer everything else from the talk. You just outed the entire talk, Joshua.
Apparently, yeah.
Now we know everything. Therizinosaurs are really weird looking from the front. Maybe I'll draw a Therizinosaur from the
Oh
front.
yeah, with their broad pelvis and
Yeah, their big round bellies.
yeah.
I go back and forth between calling them Therizinosaurs and Theriznosaurs. I don't know which one sounds better. Hmm. I don't have enough room on this sheet to do a Theriznosaurus.
Oh.
Oh well, I'll do one of them some other time then.
Yep.
I would have had enough room if I didn't have to draw two Leptosauruses.
Damn ceratopsians.
Mm-hmm.
Having their frilly ornamentation all over the place. All the time. How dare them.
Yeah.
Stealing the glory of the
They just settle down.
theropods.
I think people tend to draw Caudipteryx a little bit too fluffy in compensation, because if you look at the skeleton, it's kind of lanky looking with the fuzz around it. Almost like a crane.
I'm not so sure. There is a paper where they actually tried to simulate the fossilization process of the Liaoning fossils. So they pressed birds through, I think, a printer press, something like that, and showed that much of the complexity of the fossils is lost in the process. That well, basically just this feathered halo is remaining, and that it becomes really hard to infer from these results how the animal looked like.
Oh, that's good to know. Interesting. So does this have any effect on the study that looked at Anchiornis and came out saying that its feathers were a lot more rough and oddly shaped and fluffy and poofy than it was like streamlined like a modern bird? That's
the question. I don't know if the taphonomy in the formation of in the Yixiang formation and the Yehol biota is the same.
This is an interesting thing to take into consideration. I do think that it's probably likely that many cursorially adapted dromaeosaurs probably had feathers that they secondarily evolved. I'd imagine them being a little bit more raggedy looking. I mean, of course, we still have fossil dromaeosaurs that show that they do have large closed-veined wings that are very similar to modern bird wings. So I don't know. Maybe they are really streamlined and groundhog looking.
Yeah. Hard to
People
say.
always say look at ratites, but I think ratites are a really bad example because they aren't really doing the same things dromaeosaurs are doing.
Yeah, and ratites fill in so different niches. Spinal drag production.
And there are
is here. We did so far a Cryolophosaurus, and Pancake Croc, and I just finished Eosqualodon.
And I'm trying to decide what I want to draw next. I shouldn't actually use the term ratite because it's not really applicable anymore. Paleognath is better. But there are some paleognaths today that have very, very aerodynamic closed-veined feathers, tinamous in particular.
Yeah, that's true. Or just look at kiwis. Very simple plumage, but very streamlined body outline still.
That's been one of the things that I've been trying to convey in this pop art series that I've been doing. I don't like drawing the outline of these fluffy animals as being all poofy, like I just stuck feathers onto it. I try to make the body look streamlined and then texture it in a way to where it looks like it has feathers. That's kind of how the whole series started when I drew the Hypsilophodon. I just wanted to make it look like it had feathers, but not make it look like a big poofy mess.
Okay, guys, let me know what.
Archaeopteryx. I hated it.
We always try to talk at the same time, especially after a short amount of silence, and then.
I'll let you finish what you were gonna say.
Yeah, I just finished Eos Squadron, so you guys can go ahead and suggest something new. Juan, no, that is no ichthyosaur. If you look closely, it has a blowhole.
No ichthyosaur has a blowhole.
Yeah, and when I think about it, blowhole is really a dirty sounding term.
Yeah. Water ejection point that it also breathes through. That's a little bit too long.
Well, it's I don't think it's water that comes out there. It's what is it again?
Not.
No. Peltiphilis. What's that? Philos. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, that horned armadillo. I remember that.
Oh.
Maybe. It's a very interesting animal, but sorry. We just had a mammal, so I'm not sure if we should do another one. Eospinus. A fish. A fish that I really like. Yeah, let's do it.
I promise I'm still here.
Oh, you are? Latini Venatrix. I think we already did that, actually. Yes, we did a Latini Venatrix in the night stream. And we already did the Carnotaurus. Come on, guys, there are a few more interesting Abelisaurs. Not always Carnotaurus. If you want to suggest a Abelisaur, look at the phylogeny. There's still lots to cover.
Oh, I should draw Equilop, because not many people have done an illustration to show just how much of a blood its head shape is in.
Oh, this Eospinus reminds me of the awesome fish talk we had as the last talk of the meeting, and all the stuff I can't talk about. All the awesome new specimens. Oh God, it's overwhelming. Some of the stuff is just 2 weeks old. But there was specifically a no tweeting and no talking and no photographing slide. So yeah, sorry.
Someone needs to do a painting of Anka Priestess doing something besides getting eaten by Spinosaurus.
I did recently.
Oh, good.
Yeah, where it gave birth to living young.
Oh.
Wait, let me
Very
open
nice.
it. Aren't you press this? There it is. Should be soon on the stream.
Uncle Priesties.
On you
My
Priesties.
favorite uncle.
Yes. Uncle Priesties, having always a nice candy for us when we were young.
Uncle Priest, some pocket change.
Uncle Priest is always bringing the nice chocolate from Bella Italia. Which he opened with his large saw-like dagger.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I remember that one.
Good times.
It's babies.
Oh, sorry, Julian. I know I ruined your evening, but
Gecko says uncle.
Uncle Dunkle. That's true. Uncle Dunkle from Russia.
Alright, let's... What kind of pose I want to draw Aqualops in that will show off its pretty little head. Leaning over to this little yummy cycad. Remember earlier in the stream when I first finished my Leptoceratops and I said, I don't think I'm I lied.
Why can't I find better references for Spinus?
What is Eospinus?
A fish with spines.
Nice. Whoa. Metal. How about the body removed by a predator? No, I think I'll draw it intact. Although it did live in the same area as Gobi Conan, and I would kind of like to do a painting. Oh no, Brianing already did that. Damn it, never mind. I was gonna say I was gonna do a painting of Gobi Conodon eating an Aqualops, but Brianing did that already.
Yeah.
How come Brianing didn't put the eyebrow arch in his reconstruction of Aqualops?
I don't know.
I'm sure he has a reason, but I'm afraid to ask him, because then he's going to start rapping it.
On the eyebrow ridge, I didn't get that part.
Oh! The birthday pancake is here.
Oh! Hey, Nick. What's it like being up this early? Me too, thanks.
Nick, are you still there?
I think I'm only getting every second word or something.
Oh, damn it.
Uh,
The connection's a bit jammed. I think you were asking how it's like to be 21. You tell me you've been like this for longer.
only a little bit longer.
Still, you got
Since
some
March.
experience.
No, being
I
21 in
feel
America
that-
is a lot different from being 21 in Canada.
And I feel like 21 is kind of like the average age for web artists.
Yeah.
When you would ask most of the younger ones how old they are, they're mostly 21. So I've reached this average stage now.
And
Yes,
I
yes.
do love being average.
And by next year we're gonna be old cheesers.
Oh, do you guys remember when we were
Well,
still
if you
young
look
and
up
fresh?
blocks, you're pretty much only gonna get Brian illustrations.
I'm gonna close your window, there's so many spaceships outside.
Damn it! Why can't we all have nice internet?
Because that would be too powerful.
That would be too easy, for example. Also,
One person cannot be so powerful. Nick just muted himself. Nice.
not on my screen. He's still he's still there.
Oh, on my screen, he's muted.
Yeah, I just went to close your window because there's so much sci-fi noises outside.
Oh,
Good old sci-fi noises.
Yeah, good old beep beep boobs and pew pews.
Boop, boop, bop.
oops. I'm not sure if this fish will
Maybe
be.
I'm not gonna go.
I'm not sure if this fish will be the last sketch of the night. It will be a quick one.
The last quadrupicorn.
That's for sure.
Oh, you forgot the nostrils.
Oh yeah, I should probably add these. Found no pictures of the fossil, so I'm basing it on another reconstruction. Shame on me. One that looked very confident.
That is, gentlemen.
Well, at least it's just for the speed sketch, so
Yeah. It's not like
I
if
recently.
somebody would use this for reference at some
Oh
point.
no.
I hope at
It's
least.
never a good idea to use speed sketches. Speaking of, with one helicopter I made recently, please don't use it for reference.
Yeah, I saw the comments.
It's really inaccurate, as gladly Helicopterian expert Jesse Britt pointed out, and I'm so glad he joined in on the discussion because he's actually someone who, like, Kirby is one of these animals which is really mysterious, and most people don't know anything about it. And he's one of the very
And
about these.
what? The last
And
sentence was
I'm
lost.
going to redo it soonish, and probably send him some works in progress as well in the process. So we're gonna make sure it's looking right. The thing is also, I was only spending like 2 hours on this painting.
I believe
So, yeah,
the famous quote from you on that is, "Underwater means no background."
Sometimes.
Yeah, nobody should ever use anything that I draw as a reference, because I take a lot of artistic liberties with my artwork.
Well, I think in
And
general
sometimes
you
I will
shouldn't.
draw things.
At least when you work seriously, you shouldn't use other artists' works as reference at all.
Yeah.
Besides skeletal drawings. But also there you should be very, very careful.
I think in general using reconstructions, like life reconstructions by others as reference point is always kind of a water. I mean, the thing is, what if sick and then it might get copied over and over, and then you got a paleo meme like colorations and things, poses, or even soft. They love results.
Yeah.
I also sometimes in my painting and in my sketches, basically everything that I do, I will do certain things that I know are not like the most likely scenario in terms of life appearance, just so that it looks more aesthetically pleasing to me personally.
That's totally fine.
Like, if I want to make a shape, sometimes I'll maybe fold the arm a little bit tighter to make the silhouette look better, or I will, especially in Tyrannosaurs, I don't drawing a bunch of bumpy keratinous stuff, so I'll draw big scaly plates instead.
Okay, I now make it yellow.
Usually I try not to make it like.
Make it yellow and
Usually
we'll
I try not to make it like.
Make it completely yellow and now add pinkish spots.
I think that's a good combination.
I still haven't started drawing the Aqualops. I'm probably not going to draw it. I've done 2 things tonight. That's too much.
Read a bit into some Miocene birds and planning to do some maybe. And most of the time, it's like, for example, just one ankle of the animal.
Draw those.
Like, for example, this is really interesting. It's adapted to climbing and so on. It's pretty cool from Russia. And then how much actual is preserved of it, and it's like just the ankle of the bird, and that's it. you can already like predict the like where it is, like what clade and kind of behavior. It's just the
Yeah.
angle and
Yeah. Or its
Questionless. How am I
walking
going to portray
style.
that?
As we hopefully will soon learn, we can look at the ankles and infer something about the walking style. Oh, that's again something I can't really talk about, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, better don't.
Yeah, it
I
will
know
be.
what you mean, but don't.
Yeah, it will
not
be.
yet,
It
but
will be
soon.
hilarious when that is published.
Yeah,
I
it
can
will be
already
absolutely
tell.
funny and it will be interesting.
Yeah. But also very convincing
yeah.
data.
Just one bird. What's it called? Which has an interesting name, which was yeah, the name was striking, so I was like, hey, that's a pretty name. When I was looking up, and oh, it's just the angle. I blur out areas of the animal down and pterosaur pieces I made. For example, the Phalasodromius, which was chasing the other pterosaur, not hunting. Stated it's chasing it. It's not the same as hunting. Hunting has the intent to kill, chasing not usually. So it was like, yeah, only the head of the Phalasodromius wasn't blurred out, and the body was slightly blurred because we don't know that one yet, and the other pterosaur was completely blurred out because we only got fragments of its arm, which is all we got of it, of Araripisaurus. But no, like the overall appearance. But you know, it's
Guys, I am gonna have to leave the stream a little bit early to go get some food. I am dying right now.
Oh ha. That's okay.
So, bye guys. I'll
Bye,
see
guys.
you next week. Bye.
See ya.
I think I will end the stream now too, before I spoiler more.
Yeah, it's too risky.
Yeah, and or even worse, I don't spoiler but just tease Julian.
Tristan does that all the time.
Yeah, it's even worse with Tristan. He is the master of teasing.
It's really mean, especially the way he's teasing June sometimes.
And coming in the chat and saying stuff like, "Oh, I heard just the most amazing thing," and just leaving again.
It's so evil. Yeah, but also, as I know, it's just with paleontology, so but also like with the game development as well. Just,
yeah.
So, how dare you? You should spoil your movies instead. Like, just spoil movies. Like,
yeah, spoiling movies is relatively calm compared to what he does.
Oh, did you know? Did you know there's already a porn parody of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom?
Fascinating. I think that will be the first thing I will Google after ending the stream.
Gonna look what it was called.
I'm not sure. I don't want to know.
It was written by. Where is it? Look at on Tumblr what the title was. It was written by Brent Graham, who is normally usually a comic artist, but recently got into some controversy after he basically dropped this track comic where he was calling out other comic artists in the industry, and of course it got a lot of backlash. It is just a stupid thing to do. Just don't do that when you are in any kind of industry. Just treat your colleagues like colleagues, not mortal enemies in public. So the thing is, he also had like one tiptoe in the porn industry. So then he made this porn parody of Jurassic World, which is called Jurassic Wood Swollen Ding Dong. And yeah, it's got everything. It's got raptor monster girls. It's got, I think, some playing around with the tails. There's
Fascinating.
Oh, there's Mr. DNA, but instead he's a sperm, and oh, the erupting volcano is an erupting volcano dildo. So it's like a huge dildo volcano, and it's erupting just instead of lava.
Oh God.
It's like something. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of work in progress stuff I have to share. Ooh.
So and also apparently you can watch it for free on Pornhub, and there's also bonus content if you got a premium membership. So yeah, we got nothing better to do.
Yeah, guys.
Jurassic Wood.
Because I will very soon end this stream, and in case you don't know what to do after this, there you go.
Yeah.
Totally family friendly.
What a time to be alive.
Yes. Oh, Acro, this looks nice. This Cryolophosaurus. Fluffy boy. Oh, it's Spino Dragon made a Latini Venatrix. Nice.
Actually, I only know him because he's one of the authors of Prophet, which was also written partly by him and Simon Roy.
Unprofessional professional. I would probably make the water less blue. When it's that blue, it will usually when water has this color, it's also very transparent. So you would see a lot of the animal below the surface. Yeah. Maybe look at some photos of crocodiles in the water. Maybe in the muddy Zambezi or something.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Anatomy looks nice. It's a tad bit too blue, but it's not something you couldn't fix. It's
yeah.
It's a bit color correction. It's not much. It's looking fine. It's looking good. Overall.
Yeah. So
yes, this top scene is really nice.
Let's see. I think I want to add a little bit of color here. So maybe some green. Or no, some black stripe.
Again, your channels are really complicated to look through. Oh man. Probably because we have like so many which are like having similar names.
Yeah, I made it on purpose to confuse people.
Save it every time, but it's starting to doubt it. Oh, there's also a really nice Monolophosaurus I haven't seen yet by the
Yep.
chess player, which looks really good.
Yep.
Ooh. And also this Laganosuchus by Acrosaurus, it's nice. Ooh, Julian made this really nice Foro. Foro is a cool bird. I think it's from the Eocene, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's
Someone
that
related
new
to
basal
hot
terracotta.
scenes.
Yeah.
Hot scenes and these other trogo birds, or what they're called.
Yeah,
I
trogons.
think it's related somewhere between those two.
Okay, I'm finished. Bye Gecko, I will now be gone too. Okay guys, oh yes, let's quickly go over the sketches we already did.
And so it's still just the first layer of water. Oh, it's okay then.
Boop, boop. So
Sorry for my assumptions earlier.
let's see, we started with Laganosuchus, sorry. Just
Gurren
playing
Lagann.
around, being himself.
Holy shit, I gotta do it once, like put in the Gurren Lagann reference. But on the other side, I haven't seen Gurren Lagann yet, so it doesn't make sense to put the reference in there. Something to do over the summer vacation.
Then we had a Cryolophosaurus during the polar night.
Ooh.
Yeah, with some Aurora Borealis.
Well, Australis, but
Australis, yes, not Borealis. What I'm saying.
it's what's happening in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then Eosqualodon, and now Eospinus. Plop, plop.
Ooh.
I think Cryolophosaurus is probably the best out of these few. Most detailed, definitely. Most interesting.
I haven't seen it. Oh, it's.
Most
This
interesting.
is like. Is this
light.
what is this a whale or?
Yeah, it's a Eosqualodon. Basal toothed whale.
Weird. Oh, these teeth are good for maybe just picking things up from the ground or something.
Yeah, I would guess it's an squid hunter.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
guess, at least. Okay, guys, this is everything for tonight. Maybe we see each other next week, I would say. Sleep well. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends, family, pets, and foes. And good night, everybody.